and postponed it to November. So now, coming to the discussion today, it's a very simple discussion and we are all here, and I'm so happy that I'm trying to share something which we are already here. Like at times we don't get this opportunity where we are in the work and kind of discuss or share things about it. So this particular time we'll spend is just sharing some experiences during this whole development of this project. And it had its own turns and phases, and I'll just carry you through this journey very quickly and just to make you think. This is something very unique property because it has a unique path to build. So it was never taken as a resort from day one. So that's why it has a very different formation, and it has come out in a very different way, that it is not a regular resort format, kind of a property. So welcome to Ikaya, and I hope everybody enjoyed this place. And there is a big team there was a big team effort. Everybody contributed to it, right from the passion of the client to build it. And this took almost, like from the day one we visited the site, it was back in 2013. And then this whole things kept on evolving. Most of the work started in 2014 odd at the end. And by 2016, one of the first units were ready. So whatever we see today is something what we are seeing on the screen by and large. Like this is the scale of the project and the span. But it was meant to be something else. So when we first visited the site, it's a very simple site, like it's just a village outing and very less used site because there are no farms. It's just arid land, but it's only being used for grazing and that kind of stuff. The only neighbors we had here were leopards, and they are just 100 meters away, still there. So, and we have seen them maybe 100 times. They visit our sites quite often, even today. So these were the simple beginnings where we came to the site. It was a nice weather that day, and then this was the first visuals of the site. Like the water body, what we see here was something like this earlier, and that's the check dam like last side. And no, I want. So this is the place where Thank you very much. So this is the place where everything is happening. We are behind this particular mountain. So these are the first day visuals when I came to the site with the team, and we came by bikes. There were no car or paths to this place, and we had to wear old clothes, worn out ones, especially not for us to wear, because these people were continuously buying a lot of property land here. So they did not want somebody to realize that there is some activity going here. So that was the whole call. They wanted to buy a big parcel of land and then start the works. So this was the first state of this place, and here we have the reception which we came into, and this is the whole water body right now. The same visual from the top. The reception is sitting somewhere here. We crossed the bridge, and this was the first villa plains and some landscapes going here, and this the path was carved out. At that time there was no path, so all the materials were loaded on the head, and the first villa was built climbing around 200 feet from the base. To all the materials were loaded by manually. So the first villa was done complete manual work, like that. So what were the inspirations behind this project? It was very simple. Like the contours were more fascinating, very fascinating one. But we had to find very simpler solutions to get into the site. So there were fantastic views from different levels of the site. And you could easily find very inspirations from the people who built around here. So we are not going to the big architectural language of Rajasthan and kind of different monumental architecture, but a very simple minimalist way to build around. So these villages were built around in very organic way. Whenever they wanted, whenever there was need, they would build it on the plains or the surfaces they get. So not disturbing the landscape, they just gel into it. So this was the first initial studies, and then we found a way to make it modular, so that we would put it into pieces, so that every structure is broken like a mala, a chain. It fits anywhere. So on the contour. So the phase one of this project, it was a luxurious filament project. So quite ambitious, but they had already done one filament project in Abu Road, and it was very successful. They sold 120 villas, and this was the next development of theirs, and banking on those kind of reputation. So from 2014 to 2016, it went to Valencia. The name of the project was Valencia, and it was 5 crores to 10 crores worth of villas, and they could sell around 108 of them. So this was the kind of formations we derived from the existing contours, and how to put it to place with minimal kind of cut and fill and minimal disturbance to site. So this was transformed to the villas, and the modules will turn into rooms, living rooms, bedrooms, all that. And we had 60 modules which the customers can pick from. So it was pretty modular, and then you could easily price them with the modules, because each module was priced for a tag. So it's like a Lego kind of system, because you cannot price somebody, and every villa was different, because you cannot have copy matchboxes for this kind of exclusive filament project. So everybody had their own customized, but still we have the harmony within it, because the architectural language was quite similar, and that was restrictive, and the inside can be changed and the components can be changed by their own will and wish. So this was like the topography of the site. We started learning things around, and this was also one of the first projects on the contours. So doing the photometry, 3D mapping and that kind of stuff, and then starting to evolve the design, and we arrived to the first master plan, where these were all the plots. So this particular area is recently built, and we are building something at the back, and this is supposed to be in the next phases, coming phases. So like that. So first 32 blocks were being built here out of the 108. So these were like the remaining ones. But due to demonetization, a lot of things disturbed in 2016, and the project was slowed and later stalled. And then we had to reframe. So these were the first, fast, wow. Okay, we'll go fast. So these were the initial developments. You can see all the visuals. Then the phase 2 Mementos came up, and you can see this start buildings arriving, the main buildings and all that kind of stuff. So we completely restructured all the structures into a resort. So the client said that we will not the energy led to waste. We worked for 1.5 years to the design, and then we arrived to this particular outcome. And this is almost like a year before. Some things are still going on. And this is the overall layout of this place. And talking about the architecture, obviously it is more vernacular, but it has a very minimalist style. Most of them are local materials. This is the bridge we added, and these are the levels like for the buildings. So if you see, this building was only meant for 2 floors, but we had to extend it to 4 floors because we could not find the proper place to put the foundation. So this is that building. And all the services were obviously later on laid as the resort, and so we had some issues with that too. But this is the final outcome of this property. So these are the drawings, and we'll just quickly move ahead. And most important part was the landscape. So it was very organic. So we could not find a way to draw drawings on the office and come here. And so most of the things were done by sketches, and everything was done here. So a lot of time was spent on the site. So every 15 days we used to spend 3 days on the site. And we used to come with the whole office, with the workstations, and just work here and deliver the things and go back. So these are the kind of, we used to take drone pictures and just do the landscapes, all the pictures. So these are the kind of processes. Yeah. And this is the final outcome of the landscape. And this is the final view. So this was a very quick presentation. I just started it in morning. Thank you. And I'd just like to leave you with certain passion of mine, that's photography. I travel a lot, and I try to collect all this kind of architectural and landscapes, carry with me back home. And these are some of the visuals which I have collected up till now. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a big round of applause for architect Dharam Patel? Why did you make that decision?
You know, it can go on like on the background. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I was always willing to come here since Dipen Bhai and I are well conversed with each other. We are very good friends. And since this was happening in Itc Mementos, it was something which I could not opt out for. So this was the biggest drive, and I would certainly like to meet the amazing creative professionals. And from the last 2 days, we have been having an amazing time. I've never had such an experience. Thank you, Sanjeev ji, for curating such an amazing forum for all of us. I don't know when's the outcome. I can see right now, up till now we were just assuming things. Now I can see things happening around, and I can see a big future for this. Thank you very much.
Architect Dharam Patel, I'd just like to add something else. Now that you've told us the stories behind what it took to build Itc Mementos as well, I think we appreciate living in the villas a lot more, knowing that a lot of work was manually done. So thank you so much for sharing those beautiful stories with us. And I have one quick question, because you're sharing your passion for travel back here, so this is a bit travel related. Okay, as an architect, you've obviously traveled around the world. What's that one hotel or space anywhere in the world that has made you stop and go, this is perfect?
A very difficult question for me, because I'm a backpacker and I live in hostels. Yeah. I travel low key and very low budget. But out of my experiences, I can't recall a luxurious property, because as a traveler, we travel to a lot of places and we find a lot of reasons to love that place. But whenever it comes to my mind, I want to go back again. I would like to go back to Cuba. So I did this journey in Central America in 2017, where I did 9 countries, 20 days, and $950. By bus. So that was by bus, by local bus. So started from Panama, went to Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, Cancun, and Cuba. So this all was done in $950. So I said I live in hostels, $7, $10 a night, so something like that. But when I went to Cuba, I was like in a time machine. When I took my small flight from Cancun and to Havana, it was like this half an hour, 45 minutes was like I'm in time machine. And when I dropped there, I was 70 years back. Nothing of today we see around us is there. It's all that aged, and nothing is changed from that day. They have retained all the architecture. You cannot even buy a new car. You have to repair the old Chevys, and all those kind of American cars, and you keep running those cars. So that is the kind of, and you cannot even renovate your house even if you have money. You have to, they will renovate for you, and it will be as it was, with the same paint, same character. So that is the kind of thing. So anytime I would like to go back to a place, I go to Cuba. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that story with us again. I think you're certainly an inspiration. I think the best thing about solo traveling or backpacking, okay, and especially if you're someone in a country like India, is when you travel abroad, you meet a lot of international folks who do not even know who you are, you know. So if they get